Hey guys, what's up? I've been thinking recently about the new Pokemon champion, Leo, and the introduction of a Charizard behind him. This is going to be a Pokemon theory about a potential Pokemon he could have. One of the theories I have is that potentially he might not have any Galar Pokemon within his team. He might be one of these trainers who's travelled throughout the regions before he became champion, and has therefore collected a mass number of Pokemon outside of his natural environment. He might have been born in the Galar region, but has decided to go about his life a bit differently. So I was thinking of potentially the other Pokemon he could have. So as always, it's he started off with this Charizard. So that was pretty much confirmed because you see a Charizard behind him in the E3 trailer. Out of the other Pokemon I can see on here, I think he will have one of each of the other generations. So if we look at the Johto region as an example, you don't have potentially too many of them, so there's always more of an introduction a bit later. I do think he could potentially have a maybe a Lantern. Just because it's a water electric type, it's the complete opposite to how Charizard is. I think if he's going to be working, unlike certain champions like Lance, who uses pure of a particular type, if he's going for variety, this would make sense for him to have one of these. As for a potential Hoenn Pokemon, I could see him having something along the lines of, have a look. Potentially a Gardevoir. It's very powerful, very decent special attackers, and its special defense is high as well. It'd bring nice variety, and because it's, again, a dual type, the same as Charizard is a fire flying, this is a psychic and fairy, it would match that kind of theme. It would also help, I think he would have the ability Trace, for his Gardevoir, just purely so that you get more of a challenge if your ability is kind of being used against you. Or potentially he could have something along the lines of maybe a Manectric. I know it's an electric type, it's a pure electric, but he does look like a trainer who would like faster Pokemon. As for a Sinnoh Pokemon, this one's a bit more of a challenge. I don't really see the Pokemon he could potentially be using for this. Perhaps Frostlass, it being Ice and Ghost. Again, a dual type. There are potentials for it. But any other Pokemon out of here, out of the Sinnohs revealed, I don't really see that relevant for him. Potentially it could be a Lucario in there. It being a fighting steel type, it'd be a nice variation for him. As for the Unova Pokemon, I don't see him being a Gigalith type of person. I don't think he's not like Clay, who's very much a muscle man, kind of. He's not very emphasized on just pure power. I think he would go with something a little bit more subtle than that. Potentially Garbodor. Just as a poison type, it's a different variety of Pokemon for him. That would probably be his Unova Pokemon. Or potentially you might have something, completely out of the blue. You might go with something like a Jellicent or a Galvantula. As for the Kalos region, that one is definitely a bit tricky. There aren't that many being revealed. I could see something like him having a Goodra just to have a dragon on the team. Or, in my previous video, I did mention that Noibat has been confirmed for the Pokedex. I think that's been done intentionally to kind of be a subtle hint. Game Freak always likes to do that, to introduce new Pokemon or, existing Pokemon by putting little hints in t-shirts or just in screenshots that you might potentially not notice to start off with. So what do you think, guys? Is there any particular Pokemon you want him to have? Is there anything you don't want in particular? And what do you think about him having a Pokemon per region, as opposed to sticking to his own region's Pokemon? As always, like the video if you enjoyed it, leave your comments down below, and subscribe, and I'll see you later.